It's a great day today for the whole world that we are celebrating this Diwali Puja in America. It's very important. Here where people have been able to earn money, to have lots of money sometimes, and are also people who are ruined completely because of money. When we talk of Diwali, we should understand that why on a Diwali day we have all these lights. What is the combination of lights and the Lakshmi who was born in the water, who stands in the water? Why this combination is there? She was standing in the water, as you know, a symbol of prosperity that is built in the human awareness that he can prosper. Animals don't prosper. They all have their maryadas. Trees have their maryadas. Only the human being can prosper. But if you have no sense of their own maryadas, then this is very ruinous, and ruinous for the whole world. So the lights are there that all the people who have Lakshmi's blessings must enlighten themselves, must have lights, and they should enlighten others also. But actually, as soon as they get the Lakshmi, so-called, they become absolutely blind. And they forget what is behind the blessings of the Lakshmi. First of all, as we see how this symbol of Lakshmi represents, I have told you before also, that a person who has Lakshmi should be very generous. One hand she is giving to others. A person who is miserly with Lakshmi is absolutely against the principle of Lakshmi. And such a miserly person never can enjoy the blessings. And gradually he starts becoming poorer and poorer. When you start giving with the left hand, that means you have opened the door for your Lakshmi to come in. Then comes the grace of Lakshmi only. And this grace of Lakshmi also has another aspect, that you must give protection. Those who are people with money should protect like this. Protect whom? Protect the people who are in trouble. People who are having lots of cruelty on them. Orphan children who need your help. All these should be looked into, and the protection to the people who are dependent on. So this has to be done with the right hand. That's the symbol of Lakshmi. And there are two hands up there which you have seen, with a pink colored lotus. Pink colored lotus suggests that you must have love in your heart. Pink is the symbol of love and compassion. As I have told you before also, a person who has Lakshmi should have a house where everybody is invited. Like the lotus invites all the insects, even the beetles who have got lots of thorns, and the beetle comes and sleeps the whole night very comfortably, and the lotus closes its petals so that the beetle has no trouble, be comforted. So these houses must accept guests, any kind they are, and they should be treated very well, just like as if the gods have come into your house. I've seen people who are poor are much more hospitable than the people who are rich. Same way about the countries. Countries which are poor are much more hospitable than the countries which are rich. It's very surprising that rich countries have their immigrations, they have all problems of avoiding people, guests in their own countries. So they are going really in the wrong way as far as the Lakshmi symbols are concerned. Another very important symbol is that she stands on a lotus. It's all glorified. All beautiful. Lotus is carrying her, but lotus suggests that she throws no pressures, no imbalances, no power around. But in these countries where people have money, they try to throw power all around. The one who has money becomes the more powerful. Everything becomes power. Money is power, love is power. This power has no divinity, but a power of oppression and aggression and self-importance. All these symbols of the Lakshmi are very convincing that today when we say that somebody has got money or some country or nation, they are just the opposite of what they should have. The reason is they are not enlightened. They have to have lights in their heart, as we see that on Diwali, there has to be a light. And without enlightenment, these rich people, so-called Lakshmipatis, become nonsensical. That's why there has to be the light. Because with Lakshmi, one can become absolutely blind. So-called Lakshmi doesn't give you proper understanding as to what it means that you have got money, that you are rich. What does that mean? That's why one has to have the lights. Unless and until you have light of divinity within you, you won't understand the great symbol of Lakshmi. But in Sayoga, we believe that the Lakshmi must become Mahalakshmi. A man has to become greater, Mahamana. What does that mean? That she has to become the Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is a deity which makes you absolutely satisfied with whatever you have. Complete satisfaction. Not only that, but you start thinking that whatever I have is not sufficient. I have to have something else, not money, not more cars, not more televisions and things, but I have to have something else that will give me real satisfaction. You know, the law of economics is that you are never satisfied. Nothing is satisfied. So you go on buying from one to another, to another, to another, another. But when the Mahalakshmi principle shines in you, then you do not want any more. You want to give it to others, and you want to enjoy your generosity. That is the first sign that you are moving now from Lakshmi to Mahalakshmi. Till the Lakshmi principle, you were blind, and whatever it was, you were more asking for more things and more things, more things. After this is over, then you have the light, enlightenment. When you have done all the four things properly, that is generosity, protection, and hospitality, and compassion, then you get into another mood of movement, because you know nothing is satisfying. Nothing is satisfying. Running from one thing to another, then that to another, that to another. And when such people get collective, they start ways and methods of attracting people, how they could extract money. There are so many ways. Like in our Italy, when I was there, I wanted to buy shoes. Went to the shop, and they had only one type of shoe. That kind I don't wear. So says, no, only this year, this kind. Only this kind. Every shop will have this. I said, people have no sense. They have no life within them. So, next year we'll have another style. Whatever is produced is always new. And these shoes that were made last year or before that are put into some sort of a junk. It's a very big business. So it is the big business that starts in this manner, and many people become bankrupt. Many people completely lose their dignity and fall into the trap of immorality. So this Lakshmi principle, if you forget, in a proper way, you cannot go to the Mahalakshmi. And in the Mahalakshmi way, you can find another kind of personalities. Because if you have the light in your heart, then you start seeing that this money business is of no satisfaction. You go on changing from one to another. So then you think, what should we do? With this light in your heart, you find out that you have to follow now the principle of Mahalakshmi. Otherwise, you will be lost. So when you think of Mahalakshmi, you start seeking the way by which you can really have a real satisfaction of life. What is the advantage of having Mahalakshmi principle? When the Mahalakshmi principle comes, then there are 9 Lakshmis which are described, Navadha, 9, which get completely manifested in a human being. One of them, as we call as Gruha Lakshmi. Gruha Lakshmi means the family. The wife becomes a very wonderful person. She doesn't object to things, she doesn't react, but she is very sensible and she builds up all her children in a beautiful manner. On the contrary, where she is not a Gruha Lakshmi, she takes pride in working out something like men. Means to her, her job is important, her bank balance is important. But the real bank balance of a Gruha Lakshmi is her family and her children. If she doesn't have that, she will be just thinking that she's very great, she can compete with this man or that. Women don't understand that their greatest capacity is to love. How is it that Lakshmi is a woman and all the goddesses are women? And what is the quality of these goddesses? Is to bestow blessings on people of their own nature, of their own qualities. So to think that we are better off than men because we have more money is the greatest idiocy. You may have money, but your children will be ruined. Your family will be dead. When you make a good family, then you create a beautiful, very beautiful universe around. And universes after universes like this can create a beautiful universe in the whole world. There's nothing to sacrifice, but to enjoy it. As I said, you enjoy your hospitality, you enjoy your generosity, which you do not feel in the misery or a trouble, but you just enjoy it. At least I enjoy. If I can give something to someone, that's the greatest blessing. So, the idiotic people, they believe that generosity is stupid. But they are the real stupid. So to create a proper home for your children is a very great work today, and it has to be. Again there, selfishness comes. You will have so many such hurdles in life. Because I don't know why, he doesn't enjoy it. So the selfishness comes in and they will only love their own children. They will only love their own husbands. Or they will love only their own wives. This doesn't create a good family. I'm talking about the global family. For us, everybody is a realized soul, and their family and our family is one. But then they will create problems, talking, gossip. I'm surprised even in Sahaja Yoga we have many women who just go on gossip. Their style was gossip. Because I'm talking about Lakshmi and Mahalakshmi, I have to warn the women because they are the ones who will create the great principles, the great symbols of Lakshmi and Mahalakshmi. So the gossiping is a very common disease even today in Sir. I've seen them five, six Sajoginis meet. They go on talking. I don't know what do they talk. Never about Sajo, never. What they talk is what's wrong with another person, who is the wrong type of a person, what we call gossip. And this gossip has created big problems for us in the collective. So best thing I would advise to keep quiet. Even when they come to my house, they talk. They have no sense that we should keep quiet. Without quietude, you cannot enjoy the cool vibrations of the day. Just go on gossiping and talking is not a sign of very developed people. Inside. That's why the first thing is that women should become much more compassionate, much more tolerant and enjoyable. Because you meet somebody, they will start immediately telling you that is wrong with this person, this is wrong with that person. But there's no need. But they will only come and give you bad news, all kinds. But they enjoy giving the bad news. But they think they are very important. And when they think they are important, they can be very dangerous people, very dangerous. Because I think it's the women who have to work it out much more than men to understand the value of sex. Because their own children are concerned. Their family is one of the units of sex. I'm saying this because now I've been noticing it very common that the women in Sahaja Yoga are not up to the point as they should have been. They gossip too much. So they should take to Mauna, I think, take to complete silence, not talk. Those who are really very much effective, who are doing the great work, are always quiet. They don't talk. I've seen they don't even come and see me, just receive back. While the women who think they are something special, they are the most dangerous. So, the power of Lakshmi that actually first falls on the shoulder of women should be Mahalakshmi's. And this one is a challenge to all the Sahajaginis to behave themselves and to become greater women than all the rest of the women of the world. We have some very, very good, very great Sahajaginis, no doubt. But their style is different and they are working out things in such a manner that is absolutely adorable. They are just working for Sahaja. They do not bother about their personal relationships or their personal eminence. They just want to help Sahaja in everything. So a new personality with a Mahalakshmi principle comes. Mahalakshmi principle is the one which takes you to your seeking, and when you have found out the reality, the truth, then you progress. With Mahalakshmi principle only, you get your realization. You know that very well. That through the Mahalakshmi channel only, you rise and you get your realization. So, to become a great Sahaja-yogi, you have to look after your Mahalakshmi principle. Now there are people I've seen who care for cheap popularity. I've known people who will do everything for others, do this, do that, but only for popularity. There's no essentially understood. They are not essentially understood that whatever you are doing, is it for cheap popularity? You don't have to fight an election itself. You don't have to cast your votes in election. But what happens really? The person who has that dynamism of Sajoga just comes up. Everybody knows. Not talking, not impressing, not showing off, not going after cheap popularity, but growing with it. For that I cannot say what level. How does a tree grow by itself? You are living examples of Sajoga. So how will you grow? By yourself. By yourself you will grow. It's a promise that is given to you by the divine. But allow it to grow through introspection and meditation. And what we call complete dedication and devotion. The other day I told you about the word Shraddha. It's not just praying, it's not just having faith, but Shraddha is that you have it in your heart, the enjoyment of achievement through your devotion and dedication. That should be called as Shraddha. With that thing only it will work out. You have to have faith in yourself and faith in self. You know you have got it. Those people were talking about it, but you have got it. You know what is collective consciousness. You know that you are in the collective consciousness. But how far you have grown into it is to be seen. It's very important. For that I did not in this short time describe to you all the qualities of the Lakshmi. But try to understand that a person who has Lakshmi principle has to have all these special qualities, otherwise he is not the worshipper of Lakshmi. And that's how I would today bless you all with the proper wisdom and the proper understanding of the Lakshmi principle through the lights which are enlightened within your heart. May God bless you. May God bless you. I can't get to the